used to say about him, all he does is catch touchdowns. You know, that came from Buddy Ryan. They were asking him about Chris Carter. He said, he's not that good. All he does is catch touchdowns.
2nd and 10.
Working from the shotgun. And going nowhere is Michael Shaw.
Looked like a rugby scrum down there on that one.
Armstead, who wears number 8, was in on the tackle along with Chase Clement, defensive end. That's off to LSU. There's Armstead.
I'm sorry, Dan. Clement missed a lot of practice this week. He was doubtful for the game. It's good to see the young man on the field. Rain
is picked up again. Tuggle to the end zone, has a man, and incomplete. Ooh, Frankie Hammond was wide open.
You know what we call that? You're an old baseball announcer, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
That's just a long foul ball right there.
Pretty good ball, looked like your coach.
Yeah, Mike should have caught it, got one hand on it. You know, usually you can catch the ball a little bit better with 2 than 1.
So it will be
field goal time.
Yeah, 4th down and 11.
This is our guy Yanks. He's 7 out of 10 on the season with a long of 49. Tee it high and let it fly.
35-yarder. For Robert Yanks with 45.3 seconds. You cannot try to block this. And it is up and no good. Now they may call a penalty on this, and the reason why is that you may rush the PAT. You can rush on the field goal only if it is a muffed punt. Or a muff snap, excuse me.
There's the yellow flag, Dan.
See, and the snap is fine, and then the player's realizing, whoa, wait a minute, I can't block this, tried to pull back, so he'll get another crack at it, it looks like.
Well, that's good, 5 yards closer. You know, I guess they put in that halo rule for the kicker. You know, that's not a bad idea. So my guess is that Yanks is going to drill this one. He got warmed up on the first one. This one's going through, even though it's raining cats and dogs right now.
This is where he was kicking from in warm-ups, and I'm telling you, Coach, he was banging him.
He's a little guy. I mean, he's big as a minute, and he's really a smart kid. He's a local kid out of Hollywood High School in Cooper City, but he's a smart kid. Again, I mentioned earlier, he's looking at all the Ivy League schools because he wants to get that education and go to Wall Street one day.
He's 5'10", 180 pounds. So this will be a 30-yarder. This time he drills it on through. Field goal is good, and the East gets on the board first. They lead it 3-0. 28.9 to go in our first half. And Robert Yanks will kick it away. Now kickoffs are from the 35-yard line, and the ball may be returned from the end zone. That's it.
But see, we could return this one. It's not like those punts that are rolling around or those field goals that you don't rush. This is a live play right here, so they can run it back. They will run this one back.
Puts it on the ground, fielded at the 30-yard line. And that is Jeff Fuller on the return. He's headed to Texas A&M.
I got a little story on Jeff Fuller. Jeff Fuller's father, Jeff Fuller, Sr., I would imagine, he played at Texas A&M, and then he had a long career with the San Francisco 49ers back in the day in the 80s when they were winning 4 Super Bowls. Had the opportunity to run up against those guys one time down here in Super Bowl 23, and Joe Montana took him 92 yards in 3-10, and the Cincinnati Bengals were the losers.
And the rest is history.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. Can't win them all.
25 seconds to go. A handoff. And the tackle that time by Mike Yannick, and he is headed to Penn State.
Interesting guy. 1,600 yards rushing, 24 touchdowns, 120 tackles, 7 sacks. When did he rest? That's what I want to know.
Special teams, maybe he didn't play special teams.
Hey, they probably sent him down on kickoffs anyway. Say, you know, hey, stay warm. Go down and cover the kicks.
Well, this is 80 of the finest high school football players in the country from all over the place.
I see Big Nate down there See Big Nate, is he looking for somebody? I see him down on the field, the big fella. He's looking for somebody. I think he's going to talk to one of the coaches at halftime. He's going to talk to, I think, the East coach at the end of the first half and the West coach at the beginning. Well, I was just told that he was going to talk to Terry Kirby. Well, that seems like a nice guy to talk to.
Here's Robert Yanks. He has the only points in this game.
He's all smiles, isn't he?
29-yard field goal.
You know, those kickers love field goals. PAT's like a given, you know. They love those field goals. They don't care whether it's from 25, 35, 45, or 65. They love those field goals.
Well, we asked him about his longest. He said, the longest I've hit, 65-yarder in practice. His longest in his career in live game action, 53-yarder.
It's pretty good for a little kid.
Work from the shotgun. Across the middle, had a man, and it's incomplete. Trying to hook up with Steven Figueroa.
Well, you got 2.7 seconds. That's time to throw the old hook and lateral, or maybe the fumble play, maybe the double pass, or if you got enough arm, just throw it to the end zone. Take a shot at it.
Also, Camonte Bateman was in the area. Wide receiver headed to Arizona State.
You know, the shame of the whole night is that it's been raining and it's cold, and it's just not a good night for offensive football.
Unseasonably cold here in Miami. Pressure from the outside, and the tackle is made by Keith Wells.
That's the third time he's run down a quarterback. This guy can rush the passer.
This is Bo Sweeney. We saw his feet in the second quarter running the football, but look at that. The big man at 6'5" reaches for him and pulls him down.
He's got some speed. He's got those long arms.
Well, let's check in with our buddy Nate Newton.
I'm here with Coach Terry Kirby. And, Coach, you've been struggling a little bit offensively. I know it's a little bit wet, but what you going to come out in the second half and do?
We'll go in and make some adjustments. Right now we got one of our offensive linemen went down and the other guy's injured right now, so we're going to go in and make some adjustments and maybe keep our backs in to give quarterbacks a little bit more time to air it out.
Do you know which quarterback you're going to come back with in the second half?
We're going to start off with Stanley again. So we're going to give him another shot. You know, at the beginning of the game, he was a little nervous or something, I don't know, but we're going to give him another shot at it when we come back.
But Bo Sweeney looked pretty good towards the end.
Yeah, Bo can run. I didn't realize he was as fast as he was, man. I like him. You know, I'm used to having a lot of running quarterbacks, and with him, he's, you know, he can get outside the pocket, and that's dangerous for a defense.
All right, Coach, you're down 3. You got a chance. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nate. So we have played a half of football here at the Orange Bowl and the Offense-Defense All-American Bowl. The only difference in this game, Robert Yanks, his 29-yarder, 3-0 East at the half.
Here I'm with Rick Whittier of Offense Defense, the president and owner of Offense Defense. Rick, tell us how all this got started.
Oh, back in 1968, Nate, this thing began as an instructional football camp for fellas back on Long Island, New York. It's been running ever since. We've been growing each year. We've got about 75 football camps now nationwide. Started some select camps and elite camps last summer to get a lot more of the high school age boys involved and some of the better players, so that we could get a chance to look at them, evaluate them for games like this.
Okay, what got your mind inspired to do a bowl game, or all high school all-star bowl game?
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's really an extension of our core. You know, the camps are really what we do, but in order to be able to give kids short-term goals and an opportunity to grow, we thought what we would do is create a bowl like this, giving them a chance to improve, compete against some kids of top level and be able to get to, say, the Division I camp programs a little bit easier.
Rick, we thank you for the interview. That was Rick Whittier, the owner of Offense Defense, and that's who's putting on our All-American Bowl. Thank you, Rick Whittier.
Thank you, Nate.
These are the faces of America's future. Now more than ever, they need our help. Hi, I'm Chuck Norris. This is my wife, Gina. We want to talk to you about our kids. They're our greatest hope and our greatest worry. They are constantly pressured by gangs, drugs, crime, and violence. And while government, schools, and parents have tried, the answer really lies in the kids themselves. That's right.